So, hello everybody. I believe we are live now. So this is a webinar in the series of webinars what we have had here for Ignium, and the purpose today is twofold: to give the overview where we stand with the business on different fronts, and above all, I would like to discuss with you four things as far as the ongoing business is concerned. And the second important part is also to explain the just launched SAFE offering, and to tell you a few words more about it and answer some of the questions that we have already received, and also perhaps the questions that will come um, in the course of the webinar. And as always, this will be recorded, and we will share the recording in our channels and in our YouTube channel. So let's get going. First, I would like to discuss with you on the business, how we do, what have been the plans, what are the plans, what have we achieved. So on the product level in general, as you might have seen from the product and also from our investor reports, in March this year, we pivoted towards the NFTs, namely to help the companies to engage their communities, raise money directly from their communities, and by using NFTs as a tool for that purpose. So from that moment, from March, the growth has been good. It was better than with the securities before that. So roughly from March until August, we have been growing on average 70% month to month. Still, we are on a low numbers, but we have, without any excessive marketing or sales, leads approaching us effectively as a result of word of mouth. And the customers, they have been very pleased with the product, and there has been decently good engagement. So that's about the new clients. So in total, we have now, with the NFTs, 7 customers live, more joining in August, and also pipeline formed already for September. And those are so far all Estonian companies. We have discovered some more interesting customer groups in addition to small and micro companies, and namely, I would bring out unincorporated communities, such as, for example, food bloggers group or some physiotherapists network, for example, which has approached us and wants to effectively launch tokenize their network and do it globally. It could be really not the sweet spot customer what we thought in the beginning, but very interesting use case, and I'd like to explore it further because definitely helps to get a more global reach with the customers like that. Because simply there will be more community members joining from more different corners of the world, and hence also the word about Ignium will be spread more, therefore. So this is about new customers, new customer types, unincorporated communities. And the third thing that I wanted to discuss about the business development or ongoing business is the UK. We have been now doing the kind of growth hacking exercises as far as UK market is concerned, testing messages, testing channels, see how we could have a traction on the UK market. So why UK? What I have said also in the investor report, it's the largest market in Europe. It's a single biggest market, also English language, easy for us to follow, and the most advanced as far as the tech and new funding methods are concerned. So we also recruited one lead gen company, which looks very interesting what they're doing. So we see the results in September. We made the agreement with them 3 weeks ago, and in August, sorry, yep, in the beginning of August. So throughout the August, they will be preparing, tweaking the message, and in September, what they said they will do 1,000 reach outs, and we should get 20 to 30 leads. That's what they're saying. So let's see how it goes. It's experiment for us as well. Doesn't take too much money or too much effort. If it works, it would be very interesting entrance point for 2 new markets. So let's see. But that's what we're doing as far as the foreign markets are concerned, because even though we are, getting more customers here in Estonia, and as I said, interesting customers are coming different communities. For example, there was one manor house in Estonia who called Kirna Manor House, who wants to form, tokenize their own community there, and who are coming there for healing purposes or esoteric purposes. So different interesting client groups, what we have been discovering, but in general, Estonia is of course a testing bed for us, and it will not be the place for scaling. So that's why also, while it's good to get new customers, we have to appreciate that this is still all early discovery as far as the growth is concerned. Secondly, wanted to touch upon the product. As said earlier, we mostly have been focusing on the NFTs. We believe that's where the future is. We're not closing down securities part at this point, but clearly the product focus will be on the NFTs, Web3, and more community engagement. And we believe what we have seen in those early customers since March, that the engagement in NFTs happens much more. Other interesting features from the product side, we launched secondary market for the NFTs. So the first part was really ability to create a sell offers. So now the first community which tokenized itself, the ecological egg farm, the digital chicken, now they are there out in the market and with a very different price range. So we are very excited to see ourselves where it will grow and what will really happen to it. And the next feature that we are currently working on will be the affiliate program. And the affiliate program on 2 levels, to enable on the level of companies that our users and existing customers could refer us SMEs, new companies who could sell NFTs, or communities who could tokenize their communities. And on the other level, affiliate program for those community managers or for those companies, effectively that their existing users could recommend them more NFT buyers. And also expect to launch both of those in few weeks, and then we'll see how it works. But we believe the time is mature for that purpose. So that much about recent product enhancements and recent or kind of upcoming product features as well. Then on new recruitments, we have been looking for the new additional product manager. We have found one, not yet recruited, and he's Spanish, been working in different markets, including UK, has a good Web3 crypto experience, also been working in the financial sector companies. So we believe he would be very good addition to the team. We conducted a thorough recruitment process, several interviews, so several discussions also with referrals for him. So all looked good. So he's ready to join once we are ready for him. And we're looking forward to that. Another position that we are looking forward to fill in is a head of growth. And we do have one junior growth hacker currently in the team. And she's Turkish, named Emine. So Emine, while learning very fast, we still need more senior capacity and somebody who has actually experienced success as far as the growth is concerned. So that's why the head of growth position also we need will be very critical. And mostly, of course, this person will be still hacking together with Emine, together with myself and with the entire team, very much to find the growth channels, to find the messages, etc. But yeah, it's that's what we need to fill, head of growth. And we have had several good candidates, none of those from Estonia, unfortunately. But since we are accepting this remote working mode in the team, then we are open actually as far as the people are in a comparable, similar time zone. And we do have had very interesting candidates and discussions going on, several in a week, very interesting candidates. We have a very good recruitment freelancer helping us for that matter. So here also, I hope to get to the kind of very final stage actually next week with at least 2 candidates. So that is about recruitment. So the final point on how we are doing or what's been happening is the point regarding QoS, or what we did. We reached out to join a Finnish accelerator, and the accelerator's name is QoS, and QoS means like this hot place in sauna. So it is Finnish and also Nordic's top accelerator. The list of mentors, what we are so much interested in, is effectively who is who. The biggest Finnish companies, founders like Supercell founders and others are there. Top VC, both operational experts as well as the VC partners themselves are there as advisors. So we are very much looking forward to that mentoring and also having exposure to the VCs, which they say will be very tailor-made, the program, which convinced us as well, and it will be very much supporting the real life, hence not taking the time away, but effectively leveraging our efforts and leveraging the kind of, multiplying the time that we're putting in, giving it back in the real life. So this program was a competitive selection process. We were selected, and we are about to sign the agreement now, tomorrow or early next week, and then the preparation for the program will start, and the official program will start in the beginning of September. So we're very much looking forward to that. It will be 10-week or 9-week program, and yes, they have a very good track record to demonstrate what they have actually managed to do when helping the startups like us. So that's effectively it. Those are the 4 topics that I wanted to cover on business, on product, on recruitment, and on the Accelerator initiative. So the last item in the agenda was our SAFE offering. So in order to finance our journey, we do have paying customers, but they don't pay enough really for us to continue in a self-sustainable and profitable way. Yet, even though on a self-alone basis or standalone basis, customers are profitable. But in general, currently, it's still the early stage, and therefore additional capital needed for growth. The best way we have currently thought, the most fair way or the fairest way towards the investors would be to offer a convertible instrument called SAFE. So why SAFE? I will now explain the considerations a little bit and what it is about. So SAFE is mostly used in the US, but also used in Europe and in Estonia. But effectively, it's a convertible instrument. So the investor is paying us, the company, amount of money, and is getting back the right to acquire equity in the next funding round. Right? Anyone would now ask that, why should I pay money to acquire equity in the next funding round if I could just come around and buy the equity then in the next funding round? And the difference then comes with a SAFE discount, that by investing now, SAFE investor, which stands for simple agreement for future equity, SAFE, can acquire equity in the next funding round at significant discount, and namely at 25%. So we expect to be able to close the more sizable funding round in 6 to 7 months after, or why not even during, but probably after the Accelerator program, and by the end of the year when we have achieved our goals as well, that is to have at least 100 companies launching NFTs with Ignium, then we would be in a position to close more decent funding round, and more sizable. But so far, what we are raising currently with the SAFE is 300 to 400,000 euros. That being said, it's difficult to put the finger on what is the fair valuation at this point. Whatever number I say, it's all speculative. It may look high, it may look low, and investors have no realistic way of knowing what will be the valuation in 6 to 7 months when the next funding round is, and whether or not they are making a good deal. And that's why the SAFEs have been developed. They can kind of give a guarantee that investors at this kind of a earlier stage, kind of even if it be, just 6, 7 months earlier, are still making a good deal compared to the next round investors, getting it, at least 25% lower price. So this is what the instrument is. And the terms have been all laid out. They are, the offering is now available in the Ignium platform. The first investors have already purchased their safes, and that's what it is. So what are we going to do with this money during those 6, 7 months? As I said, with that money during that, the plan is above all to grow and develop further the product together with growth. So where are we taking the product? So the biggest product challenge what we currently have is the engagement. The entire Web3 world is really kind of, effectively hassling with the challenge of how do you really engage the community. Yes, you can do the NFTs. Yes, you can sell the NFTs. Sometimes they sell virally, like we have seen in our own customers as well, like the digital chicken farm. In other cases, with very decent companies, with their very decent, customer base, it goes much slower. So it's really kind of how the product could really help the customers to engage their communities further. So this is kind of our big product challenge for the next half a year as well. And in terms of growth, as I said, our plan is to continue the same growth plan. What we have so far since March, it's a 70% month on month. What we are measuring here are the number of companies or number of communities launching token sale or NFT sale. And by the end of the year, the goal is to be at 100 NFT companies. So this is what we would do with the additional money raised. And of course, that would enable us to complete the 2 recruits as well, on growth and on product, because as I said, that's where the 2 challenges are. So with that, really, I would conclude what I want to cover, and I would take also the questions, if there are any. Thank you. So the question, I will be reading it out. Sorry, maybe I missed that. So you won't continue with securities, only NFTs direction now. If no, how is it developing? How it is developing in this direction? So yes, we pivoted from securities to NFTs in March this year, and the first our effort or attempt in that, the digital chicken farm, was wildly successful, giving us the flavor also that it could be something there. Could be much more there than securities, because for small companies, this is the space what we are, the massive space what we are destined to help. what is our mission to help small and micro companies. Their securities are not necessarily deeply interesting for investment purposes, but their communities are very interesting place for many people is for participation. So that's why we combine this kind of NFT, combines like a membership card, like a financial instrument element sometimes, like a deed of title, and you combine it all together, you get an NFT. So we have indeed pivoted there, and it's going well. Our growth since March has been much better than it was before. It's steadily, we have been attracting leads really by way of word of mouth, which never was the case really before when we did securities. It was a hard work of getting companies together. And even though we had some success stories and some less success stories, then really it's never been the same with the securities. And one more important thing, when we did securities, we were kind of like a backbone or back end, and really never those securities issuers were feeling that Ignium is their savior, right? And that is very important part, that how really the market perceives us. And with the NFTs, really kind of we are their point of reference, and that is important because they really feel and see that we save their business, right? The product that we have developed really is necessary for them. So yes, that is a now elaborate answer to the questions, which were put forward here. That it's mostly NFT direction now. We are not closing immediately securities, but we are not onboarding new securities transactions unless there are compelling reasons and they're supporting us strategically. And to answer that, yes, it's was all good. I believe I answered that. So that you have launched the NFT secondary market. Are there any results on it? Yes, as I said, we indeed launched it, and currently it was a for NFT purposes was a complex feature. So we got it out first by enabling sell offers first. So we did an early discovery on the customers as well, and there was a demand on it. So currently the sell offers were enabled, and there are several sell offers now out there on the digital chicken farm, and with a very different price range. No deals have been closed yet, and one of the reasons could be that the company itself, Digital Chicken Farm, has not made it a big announcement in their community. So that's why I'm currently also thinking that how could we get the message really to the Digital Chicken Farm community that the secondary market buy offers or those sell offers are out there ready for the acceptance by the buyers. But to answer the question, it has launched well. The sellers have really shown interest, and when we now will launch also soon the buy side of the market, let's see what the buy offers will be, and then we start to see more of a market dynamics there. Do you have any lead investors? No, we don't have such as a lead because again, the round in general is fairly small, so there is no institutional lead. Our existing investors have shown interest in that, but we expect to have lead like institutional lead in the next round. Has Ignium earned profit? Clients, when you take it on a standalone basis, are profitable, but all in all, like many early stage companies, we are not on the balance sheet level. We are not profitable. Simply the team salaries are more than the customers are currently paying. Simply, we need to acquire more customers, but the customers are very profitable actually. So we simply need to get more customers, hence the place for the head of growth as well. So thank you. We will wrap it up, and it will be available in the meeting sorry, in our channels soon. Take care. Bye bye.